Dave, what's your thoughts on that game?
Bit of a mixed bag, Roy. I mean, I was definitely happy with the effort. I thought the guys really physically and from a work ethic point of view, I thought we were good, you know. Just too many errors, to be honest. I mean, just knocked on the ball too much. Simple errors on start of defence to give them 2 soft tries. I mean, you're not going to win games of rugby against a good team with those basic errors, you know.
How frustrating is it when that's the sort of deciding factor, because there was so much on the line tonight?
Yeah, it's gutting, I guess. Yeah.
Dane, we were in here a few weeks ago, and you were talking about the side was a bit anxious and, you know, pushing things in the first half, and it took a long time to settle down. And the same thing seemed to happen tonight. What do you put that down to?
I thought they had the run of play, of decisions in that first half, and put us under quite a lot of pressure. Came away with some points, but I thought we did well to, I suppose, guts out a good period. A little bit unlucky not to score in the back end of that half, and then obviously had a lot of the momentum in that second half, and little errors let us down in the top end of the field, and which is the frustrating bit, I suppose. Making those errors and not coming away with points.
What do you think brought about those errors and things? Was just bad timing sort of things, or where did you see those sort of coming?
I think credit to the Tars, they defended well. It came hard at our ball, and I thought our breakdown probably wasn't good enough. It's probably been an area we've been pretty good in the past, and probably let us down.
What were the conditions like out there?
There were times when the ball was a bit greasy and it was a bit slippery, and the times when the ball felt really dry and felt really good, so I suppose it was a little bit patchy.
The Waratahs haven't rested many of their test forwards. Does that surprise you at this stage of the season?
Oh, that's up to them. I mean, what I know is we sat in a room and made an agreement about something, so I presume that they're going to stick to that. I don't know. We certainly will do our part.
How have you found, living that agreement this season?
No, well, I mean, we sat in a room and agreed something, so we just, once you agree something, you do it, you know. So, I guess the funny thing about the game is that, you know, we got a bonus point from the game. I thought we had unlucky not to maybe get a penalty try or at least a yellow card for Curtis Rona's no-arm tackle. I mean, Marika was going to score, 100% he was going to score. Those moments changed the game, you know, and then... But I have a real feeling that despite not winning, that bonus point is going to be very important at the back end of this comp. You know, it's been such a funny year with so many teams still in it, and there's only 2 rounds to go. You know, so there's a lot of rugby still to be played, and I think as it is right now, we're top of the conference. You know, so we're disappointed with the results, but I think the challenge for us is to keep going. You know, we'll turn around, get excited for the next challenge, keep going. Because as I say, we're still well in the fight here, which is a nice place for us to be as a club. You know, we've never been in the playoffs before, so just to be in the mix with 2 rounds to go and leading the conference is pretty good for us.
Have you got any more Wallabies or wrestling Wallabies on you? Just one game this year?
Yeah, we'll get in. We'll miss one more game for us.
Next week?
We haven't decided that now. Yeah.
Will you seek clarification about that ruling, or is it just move on?
About the resting ruling?
No, about the penalty try.
It's not really my style, Jeff. To be honest, I mean, it's happened. I mean, it was unfortunate. I mean, you know, that's a big moment in the game. If not a penalty try, I think there's a no-arms tackle that's certainly prevented a try. On different days, that would have been a different decision for sure.
Do you think it is, excuse me, Dave, that then, you know, particularly in the last stages of the game, your blokes had a lot of chances to, you know, bridge that gap in 5 points and couldn't? What, as a coach, do you reckon that is?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dane probably summed it up. I mean, I thought the Waratahs played really well. You know, the Waratahs put a lot of pressure on our ball. They defended well. I thought Curly Beale played particularly well. So, I mean, that's the first thing, you know, like credit to the opposition. I felt that we probably, as Jeff said, we probably just rushed things as we got into that. We just got a little bit our tails up and got a bit too excited and try try to get a ball away that wasn't on, or those sort of things, and that's frustrating. I think last week in Japan we gave 20-game ties to Genia and Coleman, who are two of our senior players. And if you look at the Waratahs team, a lot of guys have played 100 games in there. Phipps, Foley, Beale, Kepu, Hooper. There's Adam Ashley Cooper. We got to just remember we're a young team still, and although we have some experienced players, we don't have a lot of experience playing together as a team. So once the pressure comes on, what are we going to do to sort of stick together and keep fighting our way through it? We just fell short of that tonight. Not by a long way, but we did. So we've got to keep going.
And when the whistle kept blowing, in the first half, the penalty count was looking pretty lopsided against you guys. Do you think the team handled that well, or do you think there was a little bit of frustration creeping in?
Yeah, I think there was. We had 5 penalties back to back, and they scored at the back end of that. But I thought, though, that's on us. I thought we had lost our way a little bit from a discipline point of view. I think that's been a big improvement from ours this season. Is that we were able to then sort of turn that situation around and get back on the front foot, which we did. And I think credit to Dane for driving a lot of that process.
Dane, how do you see the remaining 2 games? Obviously, you need to win one of them. What's the challenge like? You obviously fall short again.
We need to win one of the next 2. I think, like Dave said, it's still an exciting position to be. We'll come in Monday, rip in, and keep working on the things that we need to work on. We know we're a good enough team to beat anyone when we get things right, and so we'll keep continuing to play our game and try and get a win out of these next 2 and put ourselves into the finals.
Luke came off after about 50, 60 minutes. Was he or Luke leader?
Yeah, we just want to put Gussie Cottrell into the game, and I thought Gussie made a big difference. He had a lot of tempo when he came on, so we're lucky that we've got a couple of guys playing really well in those positions to be able to make those calls. No, touch wood. That's one of the big positives of the game.
There was a lot of kicking tonight. Is that something that you were comfortable taking into the game, or was it more that you got drawn into it?
No, it was one of our plans probably for the game, Jeff. I think we felt that the Waratahs were a bit all or nothing inside your own half and prepared to take some risks, and they were getting paid for it in other games. Want to play a lot of the rugby down in their half, which we did at certain times. I think if you go back and look at the game where they get their big wins was when we didn't necessarily stick to that plan. So it's probably a little bit different for us, not the way we normally play, but I thought when we did it, particularly at the start of the second half, we created a lot of pressure on them when we stayed to the plan.
And how pleased are you about Marika's form?
Yeah, I mean, Marika's such a good guy. I think everyone in the team really gravitates towards him. He's the quiet assassin, Marik's. But as I said last time, I think his try scoring, his ball carrying, all the obvious stuff, everybody knows how good he is at those things. But what we're really pleased about is just his efforts off the ball, his work rate off the ball, his work in contact. He's really developing into a world-class winger. For me, he's by quite some way the premier winger in Australia at the moment.
Just looking ahead to the next 2 weeks, do you throw everything at it 1 week at a time, like both games, or do you sort of maybe strategically target the second game, or have you not got around to that yet?
No, I don't think we've got that luxury, Jeff. I think we've got to go to Christchurch with a view that we want to win. And I think we've got a game that can cause most teams in this comp trouble, as long as we play it consistently for 80 minutes, and that's obviously what we didn't do tonight the whole time. So right now I'm probably too frustrated about this game to talk too much about that, but we've got some thinking to do over the next 24 hours. Thank you.
Thank you.